Okay, tribe. So right now it's Sunday, and I am about to cut up this 10 bag of potatoes. So I'm gonna make breakfast potatoes, hash browns, and French fries. So maybe 2 gallons of each. I have 10 pounds of potatoes here. I started cutting up my bell peppers. I'm gonna use these for stir fry, because Charlie said the noodles that she was eating was slimy. So I'm gonna fry them instead of throwing them away. Um, and yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I didn't want to not record today. And I also have a young turkey thawing out, so I can make some slices of turkey for sandwiches later this month. So I Hi, it's me, Kiki T, and I'm back for another video. Um, I I kind of got out of the habit of turning the camera on. I hope you don't feel like um I kind of got out of the habit of turning the camera on last week, which is definitely not something that I want to continue. I just didn't feel like sharing what I was experiencing last week, but I did record the week before, and last week was really mostly working. It wasn't nothing special. I went to Home Depot, um, but that's pretty much it. So I'm cutting this whole bag of potatoes up now because I don't want it to spoil. Last month, it was either January or December, I had a couple of bags of potatoes spoil, and I don't want that to happen again because that was a lot of potatoes that went bad that we could have had longer if I would have just frozen them. So here I am going through all of this produce that I do not want to go bad. I wanted to kind of do a sit down and talk video more than a vlog for this week's post. Um, but of course, I didn't write down what I was thinking at the time, and I don't currently remember what I wanted to talk to you all about. So I'm going to pause this and ask Holy Spirit to bring it back to me so I can finish this video and we can just post this for this week's video, and I'll continue with the vlogs later, and I'll just put all of like all of the vlog content that I have together from the last day that I've recorded to up until now. So pause. One of the less serious things, but not even less serious, just one of the like other things that I wanted to tell you is I think ranch was invented by a black man. I learned this on TikTok. Um, and I was like, what a historical Black History Month for me to actually learn something this year. It was cool to think. Hidden Valley Ranch. Bum, bum. I've been stimming all day with that song. Um, but yeah, I think ranch was actually created by a black man. And to think that that song is so like iconic. Yeah, and it was made by black people. To think that ranch was actually made by black people just makes me want to go buy some ranch. Except I know that's kind of stupid, but oh, and then Thank you, Holy Spirit. As I'm talking, I'm remembering what I wanted to share with you all was about consumerism and how, like, I'm glad that I'm not huge on consumerism anymore. And even though I'm having to like get my daughter out of a mindset of consumerism, I feel like it is, or it has been, or it was the leading cause of poverty in my life, having to have what other people think make me look like, what's the word, appropriate, I guess. And I'm just, I was taking my daughter for a little um, ice cream surprise. We went to cold chocolate factory, but it's the ice cream shop. That's the name is not coming to my mind right now, but the ice cream shop is connected to the Apple shop, which is the Chocolate Mountain factory, and Cold Stone. Cold Stone is connected to the um, Chocolate Mountain factory, where you get the the candy covered apples and chocolate covered strawberries and all that. And I was taking her, she's like so excited because it's Valentine's Day, whatever, whatever. I'm like, holidays just, holidays are not the same for me. I guess it's because I have to pay out of my own pocket. I don't know, but it's not exciting. It's not like, it's just, it brings stress, is what I've noticed in 2025 and continuing on. Holidays are not exciting, restful, and I'm really hoping to get back to, um, like, I hope this Christmas is a restful, like, I get to experience what I experienced as a kid, like the feeling of Christmas and, the feeling of the holidays, being off on break and all of that. I hope I get to experience these things again. But what I noticed yesterday for Valentine's Day, my daughter was so excited and she wanted me to get all dressed up. She's like, I had to get cute. She's talking about herself. I had to get cute because it's Valentine's Day. And then goes on to tell me how one of the girls in her class was wearing the same dress as her around Christmas time, but it was in a different color. And it's because I got it off the TikTok shop. Shout out the TikTok shop because that dress was super cute for $20. And whoever's mom bought, bought her the same dress, shout out to you, mom, because that was a good sale. like, um, but I'm very like minimalistic. I don't have more clothes than I need. I don't have more like appliances than I need. I don't have like a full set of pots and skillets. I have one cast iron skillet and I have one like Dutch oven pot that you can see. I have that one pot, a crock pot, and like just minimal needs. And the more I like grow into who I'm becoming as like a homesteading woman, the more I realize I don't actually need all of those things because for one thing, if I had, for example, if I had like a full set of pots and skillets, I wouldn't have anywhere to put them. There's not very much storage in here. Um, so it would just be more clutter. And I don't need the things that people say you need. I don't need 500 pairs of shoes. And if you're one of those people, like, I'm not knocking you because honestly, if I could, I probably would have 500 different designer purses because I really do enjoy like purses. But at the same time, like, where am I putting all of this stuff? What's the function of this? When am I wearing this stuff actually? Um, and I just feel like consumerism is so overrated. It's so overrated. And my daughter said something else that made me think. She said, if you don't have nice clothes, that means you're homeless. Um, and that couldn't be further from the truth. There's tons of billionaires. If you've done any research on successful people, there's like they don't buy a whole bunch of stuff just so they can look like they have it. Um, they actually wear the same things over and over because it's not necessary, and it makes life less stressful to have that, like the lesser stuff, because it's just stuff. And then that even brings me to Ecclesiastes, where it talks about how all of this is just vanity. It's just a bunch of crap. Okay. Um, but that's really what I wanted to talk to you about today. Um, you don't necessarily need all of this stuff. There's nothing wrong with wanting this stuff, or there's nothing wrong with having this stuff. Um, but just personally for me, I'm grateful that consumerism is not like a big weight in my life. It doesn't hold any weight in my life. Um, and I know my daughter has like a complex just because of all the hard things that we've been through. She has like this complex of being poor, um, which by society's definition, she has grown up poor until this point because I'm a single mom and I've really been struggling these last 5 years, trying to figure out how we're actually going to make it, and how I'm gonna stand on my own 2 feet for us to make it. And by the grace of God, I have been able to do so. And I without a shadow of a doubt, it's solely because of Him. Because there's even this month of February 2026, I'm like, God, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to take Charlie out to do what I wanted to do, which was take her to the ice cream, because I didn't work enough hours to make a whole lot of extra money last month. And I just didn't know if I was going to do it. But then my state refund came in quicker than I expected, so I was just grateful for that. Um, but I don't know. I guess having to live with less has made me appreciate having less, if that makes any sense. I don't know, but I don't feel the need to go out and buy a whole bunch of things that are not functional and not useful in my life at this like in this present moment. And it honestly, it feels freeing. It feels like I'm beating poverty. It feels like I'm overcoming strongholds. Like it feels like I'm breaking strongholds in my life. Um, and I don't know. I'm grateful for that. And then there are other things, like other times where I'm like, when I do buy stuff, I got onion in my eye real bad. Open this window. Hidden Valley Ranch. But there are other situations like where is literally consumerism is literally a scam. I went and there are times where it's not, but it's just I don't know. I guess it's just like situational, but I went into the grocery store and I got some cucumbers because I wanted a Greek salad. Got some cucumbers, I got me some feta cheese, and I was gonna cut me up some of the onion that I already had, put some lime over it. Boom. It was about to be delicious. And my freaking cucumbers go bad within 2 to 3 days of me having them, and I never got them in the salad because all of them had freaking growth on them, fungus growth. Which aside, I want to grow some oyster mushrooms and some lion's mane at home in my garden. But that was so frustrating. And then there's other times where I've had these onions have been sitting in the refrigerator for like a month. And I guess it depends. I guess it's like the type of vegetable it is or whatever. But these onions are super ripe. Okay. My eyes are literally watering and they've been sitting in the refrigerator for a month. So it's like, I don't know. Sometimes you buy things that you don't need and it ends up going to waste anyway. Just consumerism is a scheme. It's just a scheme to get your money, to play you out of your money. And I hope with tax season being here and everybody getting their refunds that you really steward your money well. Because the resource that God gives you, it's like the talents with the 5, 1, 2, and 5 talents, the parable in the Bible, where he gives one talent and the guy with 1 talent doesn't multiply, he buries it in the sand, but the guy with 5 talents doubles it. I'm trying to be the guy with the 5 talents, okay? Trying to double up every year. But I know that's not possible if I'm not going to be a good steward. And so I think consumerism is poor stewardship. And I don't know why my mind is so much on consumerism right now, but this is the conversation that we're having today. So, okay, I changed the angle, so hopefully I stop going so dark. I don't know if I need to wipe my camera. I might need to wipe my camera. My potatoes came up. I'm so excited that my potatoes. I'm finally starting to see the like the leafy greens on the potatoes, which they're gonna grow, and then once they're done growing, they're gonna die, and then I'm gonna harvest them. Super excited about that. I got all of my spring garden seeds started yesterday, which you'll see. I might like release a little short on that, so you guys can see, or I might just leave it for the vlog for next week. But super excited. Things are coming along. But yeah, I think trying to keep up with what society says you should have is making you broke. And granted, after having my daughter, I didn't have this choice or this opportunity. Of not going to get all of the things, like all of the clothes and all of the shoes and all of the purses and all of the new shiny things, which I kind of just want to go thrift shopping at this point. I haven't been thrift shopping in a very long time, in years, probably since I was a freshman in college, and I'm ready to go find something good in a thrift store for $20. Oh, my eyes, it's onions. Be right back. Okay, so I just realized that this video is about to be 20 minutes long. Sorry for the dark spots in the video. It's just because the window's behind me, and I don't have very much light in front of me. That window's the curtains are closed, which I don't know if it would. I don't know if that window would cancel out this light. But let me know what you think about consumerism in the comments below. Are you like pro consumerism? Get all the things because I can, or like are you more modest? I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but let me know. What do you think? Consumerism, pro consumerism, or anti consumerism? Do you think it matters? Because it's all vanity either way. See y'all in the next one. Bye.